Good day. I'm Menachem Avichael for Trust in HaShem. This is Fake News. Today's date is April 1st, 2026 by the Gregorian calendar. Some people call it April Fool's Day. Well, of course, we don't call that because that would be fake news. It's not a Fool's Day. It's the first day of April. We're going to start the news off today with a this is such a fake report that it should be banned from the internet. It really should be. For the 7th time, the Democrats have blocked funding TSA. Trump has signed an emergency order to fund TSA. Now the question is, why? Why in the world would the Democrats block funding for TSA and cause the lines to go 3 and 4 hours long? It's a good question. Trump is, as everybody knows, has brought ICE in, and that's gotten the lines to be a lot shorter. But still, the question is there. It looms in the air. Why did the Democrats do that? Why would they want to destroy the American people's lives? Well, I guess that's up to them to ask. The party of the people? Oh, right. Well, let's face it, Democrats, you do have an ally in your effort. The Iranians have posted a $25 million bounty on President Donald J. Trump. Well, the Democrats now have, as you can see, they do have influence. Very interesting. Hungary's Prime Minister, Viktor Orban, right? It looks like he's dropped a big bombshell in the world. And he's now disclosing that billions of Ukrainian aid was used for Democrats' elections in the States. That's got to be fake news. The Democrats would never do anything illegal with money. Everybody knows that. Right. A bill, H.R. 7567, has been brought forth, the Foreign Food and National Security Act of 2026. Now, what's the purpose of this bill? The main purpose is to significantly limit the people's right to sue the pesticide manufacturers in state court for any damage that their product might do. You know, if I was a plumber, I would want the government to pass a law that nobody's allowed to sue me if I make a mistake or I do damage to somebody. If I'm a carpenter, I want somebody to, make a law that I don't have to, I cannot be sued because I did something wrong. If I'm a garbage collector, I want somebody to pass a law. I want the federal government to pass a law. Nobody can sue me because I did something wrong. If I'm a lawnmower cutter, a gardener, I want them to pass a law to protect me. Well, wait a minute. If I'm a store clerk, I want somebody to pass a law to protect me. There's a word for this. It's called hogwash. What are they doing in D.C.? Well, that's been the question for a long time. Here we go. We have a study that was published in the Journal of Science of Climate Change. Now, this new study totally debunks the key UN IPCC dogma. It breaks the research revealing the key metric behind the so-called global warming is based on physically meaningless calculations. Now, it's interesting, when I got this news bulletin across my computer here, I got a phone call at the same time from a guy in Philadelphia, Mark Lewis Bear. He was born there. He doesn't live there anymore, but he told me that when he was in 5th grade, he got something from the Weekly Reader. It's a little newspaper that's put out in the public schools there. Well, it used to be put out in public schools in Philadelphia. I don't know if it still is. But in there it had a picture, 4 pictures of L.A. and Philadelphia, Los Angeles, California, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 2 of the pictures were of L.A. and Philadelphia in the winter, and the other 2 were Los Angeles and Philadelphia during the summer. During the summer, there was snow on the ground. And in the winter pictures, everything was beginning to bloom like it was spring. And of course, they called it, they didn't call it climate change. They called it, what was it? Cold change? I don't know, some kind of nonsense. But this has been going on for a long time because that took place like in what, 1960? There's no truth to any of it, so some say. It's all fake news? Well, you be the judge. Well, today is an auspicious day. Something took place in 1920. 1920 that affected and changed the entire course of the world. The German Workers' Party renamed itself to the National Socialist German Workers' Party. That started the emergence of the Nazi Party. It doesn't matter whether you call it the Nazi Party, the Socialist Party, the Fascist Party, the Communist Party, they're all the same. They all lead to the destruction of the country and millions upon millions of people being killed in the name of the government. That brings us, of course, to what's been going on here in Israel. Now, as everybody knows, the country of Iran has been threatened since, 1979, that they're going to wipe Israel off the map. Not just Israel, but the United States, too. They have big ambitions, to say the least. Israel's a small little country, but to threaten the United States that way, you got to be a little lunatic as far as I'm concerned. But that's beside the point. Anyway, I wanted to point out something to the leaders in Iran. They have a little book. It's called the Quran, right? You can pick it up in many bookstores, and you can open it up to Surah, chapter 5, verse 21, where it says that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. Chapter 7, verse 137, the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. Chapter 17, verse 104, the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. Chapter 26, verse 59, the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. The very last speech that Adolf Hitler made in public in 1939 in front of a large public group, he said that the Jews were a disease upon Europe, that they brought morality and ethics to Europe, and he wanted to take it back to paganism. This was a war, World War II was a war against God, to wipe God out of the world. It kind of looks like that's what they're doing, the leaders in Iran. They're going against their own prophet, says that Israel belongs to Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel, and they're saying, no, we're going to wipe them out. They don't believe in their own prophet? Last I heard, that's a death penalty for them. That's got to be fake news, isn't it? They wouldn't go against their own prophet, would they? You tell me. Well, here we go. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi. He made a big statement, okay? He laid out 10 things, right? 10 achievements that Israel's done. He's actually patting himself on the back. And he says that number one, that Israel has created a strategic reversal. Israel is stronger than ever, and Iran is weaker than ever. That could be true. Maybe. Maybe it's fake news. Maybe it's true. I lean more towards it's true. They've awakened the world to the danger that Iran poses to humanity. It's a small part of the world. A greater part of the world is talking against it. All the major TV stations, radio stations in America are talking against Israel, and you're the same thing. The majority of the governments are talking against, although they're starting to come around, so there is hope. Number 3, this is the one I take exception to. He says, we are fighting together with the United States and creating new alliances with new countries in the region. I hope I can tell you about these soon. First of all, he's got the wording wrong there. It's not that we are fighting together with the United States. It's the United States is fighting with us. We've been fighting this since 79, and America's been sitting back there going, yapping away. Oh, they're doing wrong in Iran. They should be stopped. They haven't done anything about it. Trump's the exception. He came in and said, this is nonsense. Actually, they have interviews with Donald J. Trump when he was a civilian way back in the 90s, talking about how Iran has to be handled. They got to be taken out, these leaders. So he's known about this. He's been on the right track for decades. Thank you, Mr. President. The rest of them are all, just talking about how Israel has built itself up. I'll tell you something. I said to you not too long ago, I was talking about this book, Not in God's Name. Let's go back to the previous announcement on the Quran and what the Ayatollahs are doing in Iran. In the name of God. Not in the name of God. They're not doing it in the name of God. They're doing it for their own power, so they can have more and more, so they think they got more power. There is no human being that has power in the face of the earth. HaShem is the only power. God is the only power in all of creation. All we can do is try and live the word of HaShem, live the word of God. I'm Menachem Avichael for Trust in HaShem. This has been Fake News. Thank you. Have a good day.